Hi my fellow raw food enthusiasts. Today I'm going to be talking about some top powerful tips so you can be more successful at your higher full raw goals. So if you're doing high raw or full raw, both of this applies. I will get a little bit into how each experience is slightly different. So let's start out a little bit with that to start. So if you have to decide, you want to go the distance, do 100%. A lot of people, when they start learning about raw foods, they get so excited, and it is still so excited. 4 years down the line, it still blows my mind. I'm still getting younger. It's incredible. But so you want to decide, do you want to go 100%? That may change. You might want to start at 100% and decide later, hey, 80% is working well for me. I still get to enjoy some of the cooked foods, the healthier version of them, and eat raw and still enjoy the health benefits. I don't need to go all the way. The advantage of 100% in my experience is that when you're 100% and it's like clean, your energy is just, sometimes like your energy is a skyrocket, because sometimes a little like just some rice and potatoes really does hold you back a little bit sometimes, the digestion. When you're 100% clean, you're going to get more than 100% of the benefits. David Wolf said it. Other raw foodists have said it. I believe it. I noticed the difference on a night like I'm 95% right now, 100% vegan, 95% raw. But when I do days, because I'm six days out of the week, sometimes 13 days out of 14 days or whatever, I'm 100% raw, and I just fruits and vegetables. And on those days, you wake up in the morning, I don't need time to wake up. The energy is unreal, and there's other benefits as well. Now there's pros and cons to either side, so I'm not going to get too much into it, but you decide for yourself. Because as a personal trainer, when I just see my clients just make some small changes, like a morning smoothie, that's their meal every day. Over time, you see them getting younger. Their skin is glowing. Their energy goes up. They feel better. Sometimes they feel really, really good, and you see that difference. So the key message is you don't have to be 100% to get benefits. The more raw, the more benefits. If you want to go 100%, it'll be harder at first, but long run, I think it's kind of easier because you don't have to deal with cravings at some point. The good news is, and I wish someone had told me this when I was starting to go raw, cravings go away. So that's the awesome, wonderful news. So decide for yourself. Maybe I'll make another video about the pros of high raw versus full raw. But decide for yourself, and then once you have that goal, make sure it's clear. If it's high raw, what does that mean? Remember, raw percentage varies based on calories. It's not like if I eat 2 meals a day raw and 1 meal a day cooked, that I'm 60% raw, because what if my 2 meals a day was like a morning smoothie, only 300-400 calories, and lunch I had a salad and maybe a bite of fruit, and that was like only 300 calories, and then dinner was like 1,000 calories. That's 700 calories and 1,000 calories. I'm actually more at 40% raw. It goes by calories, and as we all know, raw foods are lower in calories, higher in volume, so you look like you think like you're eating a lot of raw. But that's not how it goes. So is it going to be, what can you commit to? My suggestion is, if you're going high raw, slightly outside your comfort zone, but not to the point where you're in shock. Like push yourself, but not to the point where it's like, oh my God. Because I think a lot of people, when they do 100% raw, and I really wish that I had transitioned more too, they go from one extreme, juicing and fruit and these really clean foods, to the other extreme. It's like you're human, and you have all these cravings, and it's too much, and your body's detoxing a lot, and you're just like, it's you haven't done the emotional work and the mental work to like get to that point yet. And so it's like you binge, and maybe you're not eating enough too, so you binge on something really unhealthy, and then it's like a shock to your body because you lose some of your tolerance. So we'll discuss how to emotionally adjust, mentally adjust. There are tips to stay on top of your goals. But first, I really think it's really important to have a very clear goal. So if your clear goal is 100% raw, that's easy. If it's not raw, you don't eat it. Try to stay low fat, but do the best you can. Sometimes we need kale chips and nuts as a stepping stone. It's fine. Over time, your body's going to push you to eat cleaner, so don't worry about it. Your goal is all set. You're 100% raw. That's what you really want, once again, transitioning may be healthier, but sometimes some people just don't have the patience for that, and they know what they want, and that's fine. That's what I did. So if you want to go high raw, what does that mean? What's the percentage? Is it just 2 meals a day raw till 4, or is it like raw till dinner, or is it just all your snacks are raw and your morning breakfast is a smoothie religiously, and everything else you just try to eat healthy and portion control? Like, even that over time is, you're going to notice a big difference in your health and the way you look, your skin, your energy levels, the way you feel. So much of how you feel is like what you eat, the food you put in your body, and the thoughts as well. So decide your goal, make it very clear, try to hold yourself accountable. Try to every day on your to-do list, check off how much, or write down how much raw did you eat, or check off that I ate 80% raw today. Hold yourself accountable. Writing it down is a great way. It takes 30 seconds and it's very powerful and effective, trust me. Another tip to stay on top of your goals is very, 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 very important. Stay full. Now, when people start eating raw, they tend to notice they get full kind of fast because they're not used to the amount of fiber and the volume. But then over time, as your body adjusts to that, you gotta stay full, because if you're hungry and you stay hungry long enough, the human drive for hunger is very powerful, and you're just gonna binge on something unhealthy, and you're not gonna lose weight that way if that's one of your goals. Some people come to raw foods to lose weight, and then they get way more than that. It's not just a diet. You're gonna lose the weight. You give it time. I eat 3,000 calories a day. If I don't, I start losing weight. It's ridiculous. And I don't want to lose any more than this. So you're going to lose the weight. And the other danger with under eating, not only are you more likely to prone, even with the best discipline and willpower, it's going to happen. It's just, unless you're like some supersonic Buddhist monk, disciplines himself all day. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to have to do all that mental constant work? Just stay full, because your body needs all the nutrients anyways. When you're coming into the raw foods, your body's like, gimme, because it's all these nutrients that you haven't been eating enough of in your life, and it's better to eat more and to stay full, and it's going to really help with your success long term, in short term, and reduce the cravings, and so stay full. Now, if people are tempted because they're taught calorie restriction is a good thing, calories are bad, they're tempted, oh, I'm full, I'm gonna just not eat for a while, and then when it hits them, because it's not a lot of calories, when it hits them, oh my god, ice cream, pizza, trust me, stay full on the good stuff. You're less prone to eating less of the bad stuff. It's a wonderful positive of the raw foods that you get to eat more while maintaining your ideal weight. It's just natural, and that food, it doesn't get stored in the form of fat. Toxins love to be stored in the form of fat. There's a book called Wheat Belly. There's so much written about it, but that's one of the purposes of fat cells, is they store toxins. And so when you have you're eating unhealthy foods, it doesn't matter. All calories are not created equal. Those toxins from that cheeseburger are going to go here, and they're going to stay here. And even if you're eating calorie restriction, you're eating and you're exercising, it's really hard to get rid of that area for people, because that's one of the areas the fat loves to be stored in this section, in the midsection. It's very dangerous type of fat too, which makes you more prone to diabetes, but the visceral fat. But anyways, if you stay full on the good stuff, the raw foods, all calories are not created equal. Raw foods are going to go in your body and out of your body. They're going to be used for energy, healing, regeneration. They're not going to be stored as fat. They're going to keep your weight stable. You're going to heal any sort of metabolism restriction. Calories in, calories out. You are not going to gain weight off eating fruits and vegetables. It's just almost literally impossible. Show me one person long term who eats just fruits and vegetables and is overweight. You can't overeat on raw foods because you'll get too full. So listen to your body, but try to err on the side of eating a little bit more calories, because you're going to need them to stay successful long term. You're going to need them to speed up and heal your metabolism, your slow metabolism. That's how you heal it. A lot of people are taught to eat less, but they don't realize they slow down their metabolism, and then it's really hard to lose weight, because it's you can't trick your body. If you're eating less calories, your metabolism, which is the rate you burn calories naturally, even without doing anything, your metabolism is going to slow down. And so, I know very well on these topics. I'm a certified trainer. I've been doing this for years, and I'm telling you, I've seen people young, no thyroid issues, overweight, exercise a lot, but they mess up their metabolisms because they starve and then they binge, and it's sluggish now, and the only way really to heal it is to eat. So some of you may have heard this, eat to lose weight. So maybe losing weight is not why you're here, but it's definitely one of the benefits to naturally, without even having to think about it, maintain your ideal body size. Excuse me. Drinking a lot of water is great too, because you're going to need it, because your body's trying to flush out toxins And it's just a wonderful thing to do. The more, try to drink as much water as you can. I drink 180 ounces a day, and I eat raw foods. And so we actually are chronically dehydrated, but that's a side tangent. And I'm going to try not to do too many side tangents, but yeah, definitely drink enough water. 180 ounces. So if I don't, I get dehydration symptoms. So just think about how much we actually need versus how much we think we need. A nice easy tip to get more water in your body, raw water, so it relates, is to pound the water. Though you pound it, it's easier to get more down. So stay full, super important. Next tip, be very two more tips that are the most important to me. Be very clear about your goals. Be very clear about not your goals, but why you're doing this. You came here for a reason. I mean, let's get real. Like, most people don't prefer the taste of raw foods over cooked foods. At least not right away. I mean, you start to really enjoy the taste more. Your taste buds change, and you start really liking it. I can speak on that subject very well because I grew up with the worst diet imaginable. Fast food whenever I wanted. Barely any fruits or vegetables. Kit Kat was the vegetable, and then milk was like the vegetable, and then Kit Kat was the reward. I mean, so dairy and refined sugar. I mean, it's just, I grew up on the worst diet imaginable. And so if I can do it, anyone can. I didn't even like the taste of fruit, but now I'm enjoying it. So yes, it does. Your body does go back to its natural frugivore desires, but yeah, so like you will reacquire your taste for it. But why did you come here? Why did you, usually there's some sort of compelling reason or pain that propels you in the direction of change, because change is not easy, change is not comfortable, but we oftentimes don't want to deal with that pain. So what was it for you? For me, it was two reasons, one vain, one not so vain. I wanted more energy. I was very sluggish. At 27, sluggish, always tired. That's not any way you want to live your life. Energy is fun. When you have energy, it makes chores exciting. When you have energy, you get interested in life. You're more excited. One thing also, before I came to lifestyle, I was kind of entering some depression, and raw foods, this was an unexpected benefits, but they make you feel amazing. You're naturally more positive. You're naturally more happy and interested in life, and you have this zest, and it's such a blessing. So yeah, what is your reason? Your top two reasons. Mine was energy, and honestly, I didn't want to age so rapidly. I saw Annette Larkin's gorgeous 7-year-old woman, and I thought, I'm doing that. And I've been hearing about it a little bit here and there about healthy eating, but when I saw her, that was the spark. And so like when I saw her 70 years old, look her up on YouTube, Annette Larkin's, no wrinkles, vibrant, beautiful, glowing, I was like, wow, like that was worth giving up cooked foods for. And so best decision that I've ever made in my life, one of the best decisions, and I don't regret it. I love raw food so much. You will understand why every raw foodist has their own YouTube channel once you start eating raw foods, and then maybe you'll start a YouTube channel because you just want to talk about it because it's so amazing, and you just need people you want people to at least know about this, because some people don't even know about this. So we're so lucky that we even know about this. And so once you start experiencing the magic of raw foods, I mean, it really is that incredible. Side tangent real quick. I remember before when I was trying to keep myself motivated in the raw foods, because sometimes it gets tough. You get cravings, soul situations, maybe you're an emotional eater, and you have to like learn new ways to deal with your emotions besides eating for comfort or whatever. I would write down all the reasons that I wanted to do this. I wanted to stay raw, and I look back at that. I found it, and I look back, and I'm like, yeah. Every single thing that I wrote has come to pass, and more than I could ever even possibly ask for. It's spiritual. I won't get into that too much in this video. I will talk about it. It's magical. It's wonderful. It is everything you think it is going to be, plus more. There's probably a few negatives, like maybe you have to use the restroom more. I mean, but it's really magical, amazing stuff, and it's really like, wow. So 10,000 videos about that. But for now, let's focus on this one. What are your reasons? What do you hope to get out of this? Try not to make it too long of a list, because oftentimes when we have cravings or situations, we only have time to really think about a few things. And so, stay full, super important. If you're having a craving, you're probably hungry. You might not be, but even if you're not hungry, staying full you're maybe not having the craving because you're hungry, but making sure you have a full belly anyways. Just eat at least a couple bananas. Like, trust me, it's good for you. It's not going to make you gain weight. I know it sounds hard to believe, but experiencing is believing. And just eat it, stay full, and then remind yourself, why are you doing this? So if it's because you want to look better, let vanity motivate you. There is no right or wrong reason to do the healthy thing for your body. So if I want to just be like, you know what, I want to look my best, and that's why I'm staying on this, and hey, I don't care if it's a vain or superficial reason, that's fine. Whatever the reason, there's no right or wrong reason, no judgment. If it's going to be the reason that's going to compel you to do these healthy things for your body, and it's going to make you and the planet a better place, oh, please let vanity motivate you, or whatever the reason is. So find those, really think about those reasons and really use them to inspire you. Write them down, visualize what your life would be like if you achieve that. Really feel it. Really get in that moment. I kept doing that, and I really think it helped keep me going forward. So yes, and then the other thing is that I find really helpful, and maybe some people, they don't deal with it the same way, but for me, staying busy really helps me, because when I have a lot of time, I can just start tempting myself with, naughty foods and whatever, and when you have some free time is good, but when you have too much, maybe you're going to be like tempting yourself. I know that helps me. I know staying busy helps me. Maybe some people, when they're so busy and stressed out, they eat more. But that totally tends to help help me. But another way to look at that is if you're thinking about the foods, take your focus off that. First of all, make sure you have a full belly, because there's no fighting that one with motivation. It's going to win. So maybe you win one time and you go to bed hungry, but that's not going to last. So yeah, stay full. Make sure you're staying full. But also, you could go out, walk the dog. You could go do something else, paint your nails. Like, take your mind off of it. My suggestion would be stay full. Really get clear about why you're doing this, and then go do something else. Take your mind, call a friend, do whatever you want. Or just do work. Like, sometimes we have to work, so doing laundry. Like, get your mind somewhere else, because a lot of it's mental. There's other things too, like there's emotional work we have to do if you want to be successful on the raw foods. A lot of us deal with unpleasant life situations or unpleasant emotions through eating, and we're not even aware of it sometimes, and they have to do emotional work and healing, and there's all these other things, but these are the most important things. It's not as easy in the beginning, but yes, it is definitely worth it. It is definitely worth it. Your life is going to just, internal is reflected external. It's a beautiful experience. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I'm just telling you, yes, it's worth it. And yes, it gets easier. And yes, especially if you're 100% raw, at some point cravings go away. Detoxification, which is the process of the body cleaning itself out. You may get cold symptoms, flu symptoms. You may get nauseous. Everyone's detox varies, but don't take it as a sign that something is going wrong with your body. What usually is happening, something's going right. Your body's cleaning out. Of course, if it's a medical emergency, that's a different story. Get help, but stay educated. That's another thing. Stay motivated. Watch videos. Read books. Get your mind constantly motivated, and that's part of what this video is about, is to keep you there. Because when I first started raw, I would stay pumped. I would watch documentaries. I would read, and that's part of why my educational base and the knowledge base about raw foods became so intense. It's not just because I had the experience, but because I read obsessively about it, every book I can get on it, and just kind of kept educating myself because it helped keep me pumped. But I also learned so much in the process as well. Stay pumped, and I don't regret any of it, because I learned. And honestly, sometimes it's hard to get through the push. The first year, it's harder, but it does get easier. And your health there's nothing more precious, in my opinion, than your health, because you could be a millionaire, you can have your dream partner, you can have wonderful children, everything going for you. But if your body and you're in constant pain, you have cancer, you don't have any energy to enjoy doing stuff with it's not even that enjoyable. So really take care of your health. It's an emotional, mental, physical health that raw foods help create. Yes, it's more than just raw foods. You need to sleep enough, exercise, and take deep breaths and practice stress management, etc., etc. But the raw foods is such a big one of it, big part of it, and it makes all the other stuff so much easier because you have energy to exercise, you sleep deeper, you naturally think more positive, your thoughts are more aware. So it is a beautiful, magical experience. So those are my top tips to stay raw. We'll go a little further and just say that there is going to be some emotional work that you're going to have to do. So you're going to have to find, oftentimes, new ways to deal with our unpleasant emotions. Excuse me. So we're taught in this society that we're taught some emotions are acceptable and some are not. We're also not really taught how to deal with our emotions. If anything, we're taught that they're bad things. Oh, you're too emotional. People who are too emotional are often labeled as bipolar. So emotions are like almost stigmatized in the way we're taught in mainstream society to deal with our emotions. If you don't have any other people to teach you, is basically you pick up a vice, you shop, you eat, you drink, you do drugs. I mean, that's just how, if you don't have a vice, you're looked at as weird. But if you don't have a vice, you're often so much healthier and happier that you don't need a vice. So, but we are going to come up to situations where, like, let's say you're really upset and you want to numb yourself with food. You want to comfort yourself with food, or your associations to food is like love, and you don't feel so much love right now, so you eat food. And we're going to have to work through that in a healthy way and develop better thought patterns and beliefs about food, our relationship with food, and ways to deal with our emotions. And this is something that I'm very knowledgeable about. I have a psychology background as well, but more than that, it's the life experience. I'm a very emotional, sensitive person, and you have to really, I know emotions can feel so intense sometimes. But what I remember is that in the heat of the moment, it feels like you're going to feel this way forever. But this too shall pass. And especially if you're eating raw foods, you don't feel good. Sometimes you just wait. You feel better because the energy of the raw foods. But one thing that I had to do is I had to really work on my thoughts. So, improving my thinking. That's something that we all have to do with raw foods. And raw foods show you your thinking, thought patterns that are not serving you, and how to improve them. So we have to do emotional work. How do you want to deal with your emotions? If you're having a bad day, what are some other things you can do instead of eating some food? First is the awareness. Oh, am I eating out of hunger, or I'm eating out of because I'm trying to deal with my emotions? Well, if you're not sure, will you eat? If you're hungry, you would eat anything. But if I just gave you some bowl of cherries, would that be good enough? And if it's not, then and honestly, you probably should, because some people are so out of touch with their hunger signals that they really don't know. If you're gonna eat the bowl of cherries, you might be hungry. Honestly, you still seriously might. But or at least it's not helping being hungry. Eat the bowl of cherries, eat the bananas and dates, eat some fruit, and then think to yourself, if you're not feeling good, check in with how you're feeling. Ask yourself how you're feeling. What are some things you can do to feel better? And don't suppress. Sometimes it's good to because right now we can't deal with it, distract ourselves a little bit, but I really don't think suppression is healthy. I think work through it in a healthy way. Get to the root of the problem and really use it as an opportunity to heal that and issue and move forward. So can you talk about it? Can you journal about it? Can you really, can you express yourself and write a song? Can you really go there and ask yourself, let's say you're anxious about something, you're not sure if it's going to happen, you're worried, you don't know what to do, the anxiety is eating you up. I used to be a very anxious person. I'm not anymore, thanks to the raw foods and improving my thinking, the combination. But what are some things you can do? You can tell yourself, go to that place. What if it's actually happened? And then kind of see what that's like, and then realize you'll still be okay. Most of the time, you'll still be fine. And second of all, what can you do about it? Is there anything, sometimes reducing anxiety, if you can do something about it? If not, know that you'll be okay no matter what. Most likely it's not going to happen, and if it does, you'll still be okay. Some things that help reduce anxiety, by the way, working out, taking a walk would be a great idea. In general, raw foods tend to help alleviate anxiety. Journaling. So, there's so many different emotions. A lot of them are unpleasant, some of them are really pleasant, but a lot of them are unpleasant. And we have to learn how to deal with them and work through them in a healthy way if you want to be successful at raw foods, or in general, if you just want to be a healthy, mentally, emotionally healthy person. So remember, emotions, they may feel in the moment so intense, like it's going to be this way forever, but all emotions are temporary. Our emotions are fleeting. And it's so amazing to me how in raw foods, so there the past, I would, maybe something happened, I was really upset. And in the moment, you feel so upset, but raw foods make you, you just wait 30 minutes. You just start feeling better because that green juice is going through your body. I mean, it's just, I'm not going to say it's going to solve your problems, but it's going to make your life way better and make you more at a place where you have energy and mental clarity and tend to be naturally more positive, so you're at a place where you can solve your own problems. It is a wonderful gift and a blessing that through the grace of the internet, so many people are learning about. And so I hope this video helped inspire you to eat more raw, stay high raw, get clear about your goals, stay full, stay pumped and motivated by watching videos, reading books, stay busy, or at least take your attention off of it sometimes, stay full, do the emotional work. It's worth it. It's everything you've been hearing about plus more, that I still wake up to this day with new benefits. It's crazy. Imagine waking up younger, healthier, happier almost every day. I mean, you'll get younger for a while and then it'll slow down, then you're just aging a lot more slowly. But yes, it is wonderful. If you want to check out my book, the Raw Success Transformation Kit, there's a lot of workbooks and tools to help keep you stay higher or full raw.